Hello everybody, this is King Ikibu coming to you live, on location, from the Magic Kingdom, from the underground bunker, deep beneath Goofy's doghouse, and next to Scrooge McDuck's mansion. This is the 1984 World Series, game number 3 from Anaheim, California. The California Angels lead the World Series 2-0. This is a must-win for the St. Louis Cardinals. They lost the first 2 games at home, and now they're going to face the Angels in Anaheim for the next 3 games. The Angels hope it will be only 2, which means that they would have swept them. But that's to be determined. As you know, this is a must game because if California wins this game, they'll go up 3-0. And if you look at the list of teams in any sport that have come back from 3-0 series deficits, and it happens most in hockey. 1942 Stanley Cup Finals, Maple Leafs over the Red Wings. And I'm only saying this for one reason. The 1975 Stanley Cup quarterfinals, my beloved Islanders. This is when I became an Islander fan when I was 11 years old. They came back from the Pittsburgh Penguins and beat them after being down 3-0. And then it's happened twice. This past decade, the Flyers did over the Bruins and the Kings over the Sharks. And of course, it only has happened one time in baseball. Boston Red Sox down 3-0. And then Dave Roberts' stolen base scored the tying run in the 9th. They went on to win. Big Papi had a big part in that. And the Red Sox defeated the Yankees, coming back from 3-0 down. That's the only time it's ever happened in baseball history. In basketball, it has only been unsuccessful. It's never happened in basketball. So that's how rare it's happened. 4 times in hockey, 1 time in baseball, and never in basketball. So that is why the St. Louis Cardinals want so desperately to win this game today. And good news for the Cardinals is that they are going to send their ace to the mound today. Mr. Joaquin Andujar, who had a record this year of 20 wins and 12 losses with a 3.30 ERA. He is the ace of the Cardinal staff. He was affectionately known in my household as Walking Underwear. That's what we knew him as, and that's how he'll be referred to today, Mr. Joaquin Andujar. Going for the California Angels, trying to go up 3-0 is Mike Witt. Mike Witt is starting to become the ace of the California staff that he will be for the rest of this decade. But he is just starting to. He had a record of 16-13 with a 3.79 ERA. If you remember the final game of the season in 1984, the real season, he went to Texas in a meaningless game. The Angels were just eliminated from the American League West race. And Mike Witt went down there and he pitched a perfect game. So that showed his great potential that game, how great he was. So that's what the Angels want today, to have a similar performance from Mike Witt today. Now, Mike Witt was not good the first time he pitched in this postseason. He faced the Blue Jays in Game 2 and was totally shelled. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 17 hits, 12 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, and 6 walks in a Toronto 17-3 victory. That was when the Blue Jays played like the Blue Jays that they played all year long. But that's the only game they played like they did. And they were defeated in the American League Championship. And it made King Ikibu sad. But that's ancient history. We're going for the Angels now. We're going for Mr. Gene Autry, who owned the team for so long and never won a championship. We're doing that hopefully for him here. So hopefully his family sees this and we're successful in getting the Angels a championship here in 1984. Let's get to the starting lineups. We have the DH now because we're in the American League Park. And we're going to see that lineup change right now. Leading off and playing left field, Lonnie Smith. Batting second, the center fielder Willie McGee. Batting third, the third baseman Terry Pendleton. Batting fourth, the designated hitter George Hendrick. Batting fifth, the right fielder Andy Van Slyke. Batting sixth, the first baseman David Green. Batting seventh, the catcher Darrell Porter. Batting eighth, the second baseman Tommy Herr. Batting ninth, the shortstop, the Wizard of Oz, Ozzie Smith. And the starting pitcher, as we said, walking underwear, and he doesn't have to bat in this game. For the California Angels, they have their regular lineup except for one small change that they usually did, and you'll see that. Leading off and playing center field, the great fielding, the great base stealer, the great speedster, Gary Pettis. Batting second, the first baseman, the Hall of Famer Rod Carew. Batting third, the right fielder, the Rookie of the Year of 1975, and you would have thought he would be in the Hall of Fame, but injuries slowed him down, Mr. Freddie Lynn. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, and this is where the change takes place, the football player in baseball garb, Brian Downing. Batting fifth, also in the Hall of Fame, playing left field, Reggie, Mr. October Jackson. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Bobby Grich, once regarded as the greatest power hitter in the American League. I remember hearing about the Yankees deciding who they wanted to trade for, who they wanted to sign as a free agent. Was it going to be Reggie Jackson or Bobby Grich? That's how close those two were in the mid-70s. And Bobby Grich is still a very good player at second base. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Doug DeCinces. Batting eighth, the catcher, Bob Boone, father of Brett Boone. And Aaron Boone is catching. And batting ninth, the hero of the first two games of the World Series. His dad played in the major leagues. He played in the major leagues. He played for the Blue Jays at one point. Shortstop, Dick Schofield. And the starting pitcher, as we said, the soon-to-be ace of the California staff, Mike Witt. Let's get this game underway. Here's Lonnie Smith. He's batting .273, .314 on-base percentage. And like most of the Cardinals, he is 6-0. They I don't know if they've been caught very often. I think Porter got caught once, but they've running like leopards here in the postseason, as they did in the regular season as well. How many stolen bases did they have in the regular season? They had 260. McGee had 66, Lonnie Smith 46, Ozzie 54, David Green 36, Pendleton 31. What a team of speedsters. And the fastest speedster of all isn't even on the team yet. Mr. Vince Coleman, he'll be a rookie next season. And he will get over 100 stolen bases every year. And so that they will just continue. You have to admire the Cardinals for that. I love stolen bases. I don't like the team. They're Cubs' #1 rival. But you have to admire them. You have to respect them for their speed. I don't know why stolen bases are gone now. It is so exciting to see them on the base paths. It puts the pressure on the pitcher. It puts a runner in scoring position and keeps him out of the double play. I don't understand it. But I guess today they're just so obsessed with the home run that they've forgotten about the greatness of the stolen base. But anyway, rant over. I'm entitled to one rant per game, and that's it. Now we're going to get baseball. Here's Lonnie Smith for Mike Witt. He has 11.60 ERA thanks to that horrible outing against the Blue Jays. And here's the pitch to Lonnie Smith. Foul ball. He gets another roll. And he gets a ground out. What pitching by Witt? Takes away the base hit on the 22. You know he's strong if he can take away a 22. Here's Willie McGee. He's batting .067. How much he has struggled. He batted .318 during the regular season. He's batting .067 in the playoffs. And probably one of the main reasons why the Cardinals are down in this 0-2 hole. Here's the pitch to Willie McGee. And he gets a base hit. He's going to try to steal. And he gets a stolen base. Like we said, he had 66 stolen bases during the regular season. Now he has another one. How many does he have in the postseason so far? Oh, he had one caught. So he was caught. That's his first one of the playoffs. which is astonishing since he led the team with 66. Here's Terry Pendleton batting .364. He has a runner in scoring position. No homers, 5 RBIs. This is not a team that hits home runs, so don't be astonished that their leading hitters don't have many. This is a team built on speed and defense and clutch hitting. Here's Pendleton. And great play by the defense. Once again, it's Schofield, because a 5-3, in my experience, is usually an error, but the greatness of Schofield took it away, although Willie McGee does. No, he's out at third. Okay, I should read things before I talk. He's out at third. Schofield makes the play. McGee makes a base running mistake, tries to get to third. He's thrown out at third, and Pendleton is now at first base. He'll try to steal, and he doesn't get the jump. So he has, how many? 7 stolen bases. He was denied his 8th by Bob Boone. Here's George Hendrick, the designated hitter. He's batting .214 with no homers and 4 RBIs. And he walks. 2 men on for Andy Van Slyke. I don't think the Cardinals have had the lead in the World Series, but they have an opportunity here with Andy Van Slyke and his .500 on-base percentage at the plate. Here's the pitch to Andy Van Slyke. Hit by the pitch! So the bases are now loaded for David Green, the leading home run hitter of the Cardinals. He's batting .300 with no homers and 1 RBI. And he strikes out. So Mike Witt gets out of the jam in the first inning. And here he is, the ace of the Cardinals staff, Mr. Joaquin Andujar. Of course, many people remember him for the temper tantrum he had in Game 7 of the 1985 World Series. But I cut him some slack. He was still frustrated from getting robbed of the championship in Game 6 when that horrible call at first base. I'll call it as I see it. I was very happy it happened. I was cheering for the Royals, but I did feel for the Cardinals. I feel for them now that the World Series was robbed from them by an umpire's call. But anyway, so he's still frustrated. You gotta cut him some slack. And he has the best nickname. I don't know if he knows that's what I call him, but Joaquin Andujar will always be walking underwear to me. Here's Gary Pettis batting .222 with 1 homer and 3 RBIs. And here's the pitch. He gets a base hit. He's going to try to steal. He steals second base. It is so nice to have someone who can steal a base. Here's Rod Carew, .267 with no homers and 5 RBIs. Here's the pitch. He was a unique ball player. He was one of the hard... I would think that people today could learn from Rod Carew. People like Rod Carew and Wade Boggs. People who had bat control. It didn't swing like for the fences every time. Who thought, I'm batting first or second in the lineup. I'm going to get on base for Harmon Killebrew or for Reggie Jackson or someone behind me that can hit me home. Not all about the glory of the home run. And pitchers will tell you that Rod Carew, Wade Boggs, hitters like that were the most dangerous hitters on the team. You couldn't get them out. They never got themselves out. That's rant number 2. I'm going to start to play the game. Here's Carew. And he strikes out. He struck out a few times. He wasn't a big strikeout man, but he struck out 8 times in this postseason. And how many strikeouts did he have in the regular season, Mr. Carew? He only had 42. So that's way above par for Carew. Here's Freddie Lynn batting .138. I probably should have dropped him in the lineup. He's struggling. He needs to get it going. He doesn't have any homers and 2 RBIs only. Here's the pitch to Freddie Lynn. Doubled! And he scores, and once again the Angels take the lead. This time they didn't wait for the second inning. They waited and did it right away in the first inning. Freddie Lynn doubles and scores. Drives in Gary Pettis, and it's 1-0 California. Here's Brian Downing. He famously has done nothing in the World Series, batting .129. His power and his home runs came against the Blue Jays. Here is Brian Downing, the linebacker. And he walks. That's one thing he always could do, is walk. I always liked him. I thought he was an underrated ball player. He struck out quite a little bit too much for that era, but he walked and he had power. He was tough. He looked tough. So, as a former football player. And here's Reggie, batting .222 with only 1 homer and 1 RBI. Here's an opportunity with 2 men on for Reggie Jackson, Mr. October. And he hits into a double play. But after 1 complete inning, the California Angels lead this game number 3, by a score of 1-0. Here's Darryl Porter batting 194. He gets double threes. He rolls again, 55. Okay, so this is the voodoo. It's only slight voodoo. A G, the best thing is an I. That pretty much takes all the home runs away. The H takes away 2/3 of the home runs away, and the G only takes 1/3. So we got to roll less than 26, or Darryl Porter will have his 2nd homer of the World Series. He does. He takes it away. Good job, Porter. Although there's still nobody out, we have that familiar position of the Angels having a runner on second base with nobody out. Here's Tommy Herr, 241 with no homers and 8 RBIs. And he strikes out. Here's Ozzie. And we have no pitcher to pitch around Ozzie to get to the pitcher, as we have the designated hitter. That's why the designated hitter is so powerful. You can't pitch around people, especially a lineup like the Cardinals that have no weakness. The pitch to Ozzie. He grounds out. Porter goes to third. Here's Lonnie Smith, 265. He ground to short first time up. And he strikes out. So Witt gets out of another jam. And after 1.5, it's still 1-0. Here's Grich. Grich is batting 270 in the postseason. And he has a chance at an error, rolling 11 or 12. No error. Here's DeCinces batting 156. He hits a home run. Home run for Doug DeCinces. He said, "You dropped me in the lineup. I'm supposed to be batting cleanup." But he gets his first home run of the postseason. And how many did he have in the regular season? He had, Mr. DeCinces, he had 21. So his first homer of the postseason, and the Angels lead it 2-0 off their ace, walking underwear. Here's Bob Boone. He's been fabulous in the World Series. And he grounds out. Here's Dick Schofield. Talk about fabulous. He has 7 RBIs in the 2 games of the World Series. That is amazing for a batter who on base is only 264 and his slugging is 262. He has been amazing, and he's been amazing with the glove. But I cannot build him up because then he'll struggle here in Game 3. Too much pressure. So here's the pitch to Schofield. And he gets double threes. That's a beautiful roll, but walking underwear takes the base hit away. So we're through 2 innings. It's 2-0 California. Here's McGee. Singled and stole a base first time up. And he walks. He's going to try to steal base. He steals another one. His 2nd stolen base of the postseason. 2nd stolen base of the game. And once again, the Cardinals have the runner on, leadoff runner on, and he's in scoring position for the 2nd time in the game. Pendleton flies out, runner holds. Hendrick. Possible error, no error. Fly out, runner holds. Andy Van Slyke. He is so hot. And I'm talking about his temperature at the plate, that I'm tempted to walk him. I'm tempted to put him on. David Green is the #1 power hitter, though, on the team. He's batting 300. We'll pitch to him. Hopefully he just walks. Here he is. Here's Andy Van Slyke. He gets double threes. Double threes. That run will probably score. 24. That's a 6. Witt is a G, so he takes away home runs, so it will be a double, and the Cardinals are on the board 2-1. It looked like we could get out of this inning like we usually do. We've weaseled out so many runners on second, nobody out jams in this series, but not this time. Andy Van Slyke, the hottest hitter on the team, doubles, and the run scores is now 2-1. And he's in scoring position. So David Green is up. And he gets double fours, and he scores. The Cardinals are saying, we're not going to die in this series. We're going to make this a series. He has a chance to steal. He doesn't get the jump. His jump isn't quite as good as his teammates, but he ties the game at 2. Here's Porter, and he flies or hits into a fielder's choice. But the Cardinals score 2 runs thanks to a double by Andy Van Slyke and a single by David Green, both with 2 out. And the game is now tied 2-2. Pettis singled, stole a base, and scored first time up. This time he reaches on an error. And he's on second base. That's an error. Cardinals don't make many errors. But that is an error on Lonnie Smith. Probably, yes, the weakest defender on the team. So that makes a lot of sense. Lonnie Smith never was known for his defense. He makes an error. He flubs the ball. And Gary Pettis is now in scoring position for Rod Carew, who struck out first time up. And he strikes out again. 9th strikeout of the postseason. That's not like him, I swear. Here's Freddie Lynn. He drove in the first California run with a double. Let's see if he can do it again. He walks this time. 2 men on for Brian Downing. He walked first time up. And he hits into an infield fly. The fly rule was in effect. 2 men on now for Reggie. Reggie hit into a double play first time. He cannot hit into a double play this time because there's 2 out. But he would like to hit that 66. That would be so sweet. And he has a pass ball. So the runners advance. And they're not going to pitch around Jackson to get the Gritch. As I said before, these two were regarded as the 2 biggest power hitters of the mid-70s. So I know we're in the mid-80s now, but they're still good power hitters. Reggie. And he strikes out. So they're out of the inning. This feels different. This feels like the Cardinals have come to play. And after 3 complete, here in game number 3, from Anaheim, California, the score, the St. Louis Cardinals 2 and the California Angels 2. Here's Tommy Herr, struck out first time up. He popped out this time. Ozzie has a chance for an error. No error. Lonnie Smith, he hits a base hit with 2 out. He's going to try to steal. Does not get the jump. He's a fast runner for Willie McGee. Willie McGee is coming alive. That is heartbreak for the Angels. They don't want to see this man. This man is the straw that stirs the Cardinals' drink, Mr. Willie McGee. He singled and walked, stole bases twice, scored a run. And this time he hits into a fielder's choice. Going to the bottom of the 4th, Bobby Gritch. He flied out first time up. He flies out to left second time up. DeCinces hit a home run last time. He won't hit a home run this time. Instead, he grounds out to the first baseman. Walking underwear gets over to cover and is 2 out. Bob Boone grounded to short to the Wizard of Oz first time up. And this time he flies out to left. We're complete 4 innings. Still 2-2. Terry Pendleton is 0 for 2. That's not like him. He's been fabulous in this series so far. In game number 1, he was 1 for 4 with a double. And yesterday, he was 3 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored. Pendleton. And he has a chance for an error. No error. First out. George Hendrick walked and flied out. He struck out. Andy Van Slyke, the man they cannot keep off the bases. This time they strike him out. We're halfway through. It's 2-2. Dick Schofield flied out to center. First time up. Struck out this time. The magic seems to be waning. Here's Gary Pettis. He grounded to short. That's not that place to hit it. Don't want to hit it to Ozzie. Here's Rod Carew. He struck out twice. He hit double 6s. Why couldn't you do that when there was a man on second base? What can he do here? 14. That's a single only. Could try to steal. Not much of a chance. So we have a runner on for Freddie Lynn. He has doubled and walked. And he hits a double and the run scores. Carew scores from first base on the double with 2 out. And the Angels regain the lead. Freddie Lynn has 2 RBIs in the game. He's on second base. And it's 3-2 Angels. Here's Downing. It's time for you to take charge. And he does, and he grounds to the second baseman, Herr, and the inning's over. But the Angels regain the lead, 3-2, after 5 complete innings. Here is David Green. He's happy to be in the lineup. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. And he flies out to left. Darrell Porter, 0 for 2. He flies out to left. The busy man is Reggie. He likes the action. He likes to be in the center of attention. Here's Tommy Herr. He's 0 for 2. And he flies out. 1, 2, 3. Go the Angels in the 6th. And here's Reggie. He's disappointed with the bat. He's walked a few times. He had lots of walks yesterday's game. He walked 3 times. But he's still hitless in the World Series. He's batting .207. And he fouls out. Bobby Gritch, 0 for 2. He strikes out. Doug DeCinces, he is 1 for 2 with a home run. And he pops out. So after 6 complete innings, 3-2 California. Ozzie Smith is up. Mike Witt is still going strong. He's 0 for 2. He flies out. Lonnie Smith pops out. Willie McGee flies out. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals through 6.5 innings. Still 3-2. Things are getting tight. It's not Goose. I'm thinking of the Padres. I'm thinking of the matchup in the National League Championship Series. It was a wonderful closer matchup between the Goose and Bruce Sutter. But this one has Luis Sanchez versus Bruce Sutter. That is a definite advantage Cardinals. Here's the bottom of the lineup for the Angels. Bob Boone, 0 for 2. He flies out. Dick Schofield. He has a chance at an error. No error. Here's the leadoff hitter, Pettis. He walks. He can try to steal. He gets thrown out at the plate. Darryl Porter throws out the speedster, Gary Pettis, and that ends the 7th inning. And it's 3-2 Angels. Pendleton, he's 0 for 3 today. He strikes out. Hendrick, he gets a base hit. Okay, so Hendrick's not a slow runner, so we're going to leave him in. For Andy Van Slyke, 1 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Witt is still, he's hanging in there. It's the 8th inning. One more base runner, and he will be tired. So let's see if we can avoid that now. Corbett is warming up in the bullpen. You knew he was going to see, with a 1-run lead, you're going to see Corbett. We're not going to fool around. He is the man. The best they've got in the pen. And he strikes out Andy Van Slyke. Way to go, Witt. You're not done yet. David Green. Man on first base is Hendrick. 2 out. Green, the power hitter, 1 for 3 today with an RBI. And he gets a base hit, and Witt is tired. He's going to try to steal. He gets thrown out. He gets thrown out. The cocky Cardinals saying we can steal at will. They get thrown out by the tremendous arm of Bob Boone. That was a mistake by Whitey Herzog. But typically that's their game. They've been doing that all year. They steal at every opportunity. That time, it did not pay off at end of the inning. Here's Joaquin Andujar. He's still going strong. Rod Carew. He struck out twice, singled, and scored a run. And he singles again. He's going to try to steal again. Nope. So Carew is on for Freddie Lynn. He's the hero today so far. He's 2 for 2, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, and a walk. It's good to see Freddie Lynn come to life. He likes to hit against walking underwear. Here's the pitch to Freddie Lynn. He gets another hit. And that is it for walking underwear. They're not going to fool around. They're going to bring in Bruce Sutter. Sutter's coming in. They cannot afford any more runs. A good pitching matchup today. That's the first pitching change we've had to make, and it's the bottom of the 8th inning. You like to see that. Old-time baseball. No relievers at all, or in the 8th inning is fine. There's Sutter. Sutter, during the regular season, I've told you this before, but it's worth saying again, he was 7-5, 2.09 ERA with a .94 whip and 41 saves. No save here today. He's trailing. His job is to keep the Cardinals 1 run behind with 2 men on and nobody out. They cannot afford any insurance. The Angels, that's perspective we're coming from. They want insurance. They want Brian Downing to do his job. He walked once, but he's 0 for 2. And if you look at his stats in the World Series, they're not pretty at all. He's 0 for 8, 0 for 10 in the World Series. That's not the thing that legends are made of. But they don't have to pull him because he's the DH. Here is Downey. He wants to at least advance the runners or something. He hits an infield pop fly. He's 0 for 11. Here's Reggie, not doing much better. And he strikes out. Bobby Grich. Bruce Sutter is doing his job tremendously. Bobby Grich. Pass ball. The runners advance, but there's 2 out. They're not going to walk Grich to face the guy who hit a home run today, Doug DeCinces. If this was DeCinces at the plate and Boone on deck, they would walk for sure. But not in this situation. He's 0 for 3, though, today. He's batting .333. He only has 1 RBI. He would like some more. And he flies out to end the inning. Sutter does his job. So we are going to bring in the most precarious of closers, Mr. Luis Sanchez, is now on the mound here in the 9th inning. He's facing the bottom of the lineup, but that's not saying much because those 7, 8, and 9 hitters are just as good as their 1, 2, 3 hitters. Luis Sanchez is pitching well in the postseason, unlike the regular season. He read the press clippings that he was the weak link of the team. And he has really taken it to heart, and he's really pitching well so far. You can see here he has 3 saves and none blown. So he wants to keep that up, but he's got his hands full facing Darryl Porter, Tommy Herr, and Ozzie Smith. The key is getting Porter out. We don't want Porter to get on. Here is the pitch to Porter. Double threes. No! 36, that is a double. And once again, nobody out. A runner on second base for Tommy Herr. He's 0 for 3. Strikes him out. Ozzie Smith, 0 for 3. He's caught stealing. He steals third. He tries, and boom! Throws him out again. Ozzie Smith is up, and once again, for some reason, Mr. Porter, the catcher, tries to steal. And as a result, he's thrown out. He wanted the runner at third with 1 out. So only a sacrifice fly would tie the game. But instead, he puts his team only 1 out away from going down 3 games to love. Okay, we'll say nothing. But let's see. Porter, he was 5 and 6 in the regular season in stolen bases. Here, in the postseason, I don't know what he thinks. He's Vince Coleman or something. He is now caught for the 2nd time. So that Ozzie is still on the mound. He can still get on base and make things happen. But Sanchez, that was a huge relief for him. And he flies out, and that is the ball game. Mr. Autry, your team is 1 game away from the World Championship. They're up 3 games to nothing. We saw at the beginning of this broadcast only 1 team in baseball history has ever come back from down 3 to nothing. If any team can do it, it's the Cardinals. But the Angels win again. 3-2 in Game 3. The winning pitcher is Mike Witt. He is 2-1. In spite of that horrible game, the first game, he pitched well. In the 6th game, the game that the Angels beat the Blue Jays to clinch the series. And now he's won today in Game 3 of the World Series. A losing pitcher, walking underwear. He pitched well, but it wasn't good enough. He gave up 3 runs. That's all the Angels would need, as Witt held them to 2. Luis Sanchez gets his 4th save of the postseason. Who would have thought that he would be so dominant in the closer situation? He had 10 blown saves in the regular season. He had a 4.71 ERA in the regular season. And he's pitching much better in the postseason when his team needs him. The player of the game today has to be Freddie Lynn. He was 3 for 3 with 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, and a walk. They could not retire him. If they could only retire Freddie Lynn, they would have won this game. He was the difference. I hope you enjoyed game number 3 of the 1984 World Series from the Magic Kingdom, from the happiest place on earth, Anaheim, California. I think in 1984 September, the happiest place on earth, the staff, or they called them the cast members, were on strike. So I don't know if they were still on strike here in the World Series, but there's a place for people to go, and that is the World Series, to see the beloved Angels lead the World Series 3 games to nothing. This is King Ikeboo signing off with your final score. Once again, the California Angels 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 6 left on base. And the Cardinals 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. I think their first error of the World Series, and 7 left on base. This is King Ikeboo signing off. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye, everybody.